Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review. I'm here with Coach Chris Smith, and Coach, a tough loss to probably the perennial favorite to win the MAC Red, Chippewa Valley, but it looked like you guys were gonna come over and take over this game.
I thought, offensively we played a great game, but I knew coming into this game the key was being able to stop those running backs, and they're as good as we've faced since I've been here. Both of the guys ran great. And they have the best athletes I thought in the league. I've been seeing a lot. I've seen a lot of teams in our league, and I knew this was going to be a tough game. I thought offensively we played good enough to win. I think we outgained them yardage-wise, but that doesn't mean that much. What matters is the score at the end of the game. So, but offensively, I thought we really had a good game plan, and those guys did a great job, executing that game plan.
Yeah, you hit a couple of Hail Mary touchdowns, but you had some nice big first down pickups to Hayes and to Shane Petke. Your quarterback showed a pretty strong arm out there.
Yeah, I thought Dan had a great game. Just watching it, I could have been a fan up in the stands watching him and enjoying what he was doing out there, regardless of the outcome. I think he really, became a star tonight on the field. But again, there was other guys on that offense. I thought our offensive line looked like they really blocked well and gave Shimmy a lot of time. But he did a great job scrambling, keeping plays alive, and making plays when he had to.
Well, there's a lot of large bodies out there chasing him, and you kind of turned him loose. But sometimes you didn't have a decision on that. He was running for his life and made plays.
No, some of the best plays are the ones that you don't plan for when you got a guy that can make them like that. So it's the encouraging thing about this game is our offense really had a good plan and really executed well. And, defensively, you can see where when you have a lot of young guys up front, you're going to have types of games like this when you play great running backs. But we got a lot of improvement to make on defense. But I think, the team showed some grit still again. And, because of our offense, we had a chance to be in this game.
A little bit about their running backs. You talk about it wasn't like they were getting 4 or 5 yards of crack. It was a little bit more like a Barry Sanders-esque type of game where they'd hit a big one. And maybe a couple of runs, your guys looked really good stopping them and then hit a big one. And so it was more like that. But what do you tell your defense after a game like that facing those two running backs?
You don't say much to them yet. You just say, you want to go back, watch the film, see the mistakes we made and we got to get better at. Open field tackling and things like that. When you play a team that runs the zone like they do and they run it well, that's how the zone play works. People watch teams like Oregon and stuff like that run that play and they get stopped 4 or 5 plays in a row and then all of a sudden there's a 40-yard gain. You got to be able to tackle in the open field and you got to be able to go one-on-one with a running back, with your safety or a linebacker or somebody and make those plays. So.
Well, I will say, and Brian Gnip, our color commentator, also commented too that this defense this year always seems to come up with a couple of real good smacks, and they got a couple in tonight.
Yeah, I never thought that was a problem for us. I've been saying it all along. Our guys like to hit, but hitting's not all the game. It's only a little part of the game. It's a very small part. The other part is you got to be able to, athletically compete with, top running backs and receivers out there. And, you got to stay focused on the field. The hitting's good, but you got to do those other things right.
Talk a little bit about going down to Grosse Pointe South. That's your opponent next week. Kind of a tough place to play. Do you know much about them?
Yeah, I watched a little film. I've seen a little film on them, and we played them last year. They're going to be a well-coached team. They do a great job over there. They got good athletes over there. They're one of the top teams in their league also. So it'll be another tough game for us. And going on the road, going way down to Grosse Pointe is not an easy trip for anybody. So, we got to get the kids refocused, watch the film on Sunday, and get ready to play our next game.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you next week, and hopefully we get another win in the Eisenhower column.
Okay, thank you.
I'm with Eisenhower's defensive player of the game, Jake Corey. And Jake had an interception tonight, and we got you credited up in the booth with about 9 tackles and 5 assists. But tell us a little bit about how tough these running backs from Chippewa Valley were to play tonight.
Yeah, the running backs are tough, but we got a solid defense. We try our hardest. We got 11 guys to the ball, and we just tried our hardest tonight. And we gave them some big plays, but our defense also came back and just beat their running back down, beat the quarterback down, their line. We pinched their line. We did everything we could do tonight, and I guess it wasn't just in our hands.
Well, they hit a couple big plays on you, and that's kind of a backbreaker. But you came up with a big turnover after Eisenhower turned the ball over. They were down there. Tell us a little bit about your interception.
It all comes to practice. We got this 5-3. All we do is we drop back, linebackers drop back, and watch one player. And I guess 17 was my man tonight, and I watched him the whole game. And the quarterback decided to throw the ball, and I was there when he threw the ball, and then I picked it off.
Talk a little bit about your defense tonight when they went to that wildcat thing, and it was almost like they were taunting you guys that you couldn't stop them.
Yeah, our defense is solid. We stopped them with the wildcat. We stopped them with the passes, the regular runs. The wildcat really didn't bother us that much. We did the same thing. We did what we learned to do. We just kept the momentum going, and it stopped them.
Tell us a little bit about who else out there on your defensive side was helping you out.
Oh, we got our linebackers, Nick Olsich, Chad Sherry, our corners, Charlie Hayes, Adam Figlin. Our whole defense was just awesome tonight. We did everything we could do. We're just solid. Everyone on the defense played their hardest, played 11 guys to the ball, and we killed it tonight.
Well, I know there's a few people you like to say hello to, so I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to say hello to my family. I love you guys. Thank you for coming out here, watching me and my team succeed through the game.
Eisenhower's offensive star with 2 touchdowns tonight, wide receiver Charlie Hayes. And Charlie, they were kind of broken plays, but you had a couple other catches out there too. But talk about the 2 touchdown catches in the back of the end zone.
Well, both those touchdowns, I know the first one we got it on 4th down, and it was just a trip side to the left, and we just ran a Hail Mary, and I just got outside the corner, and he kind of had a little brain fart, and I got behind him, and then Jimmy could get it in there and made a good catch.
When you saw the ball in the air both times, and you thought, what were you thinking?
The first one, I knew I was in the back of the end zone, so I had to come up and get it, but Jimmy had a great job rolling out and looking for me. I just wanted to go get that ball. We needed a good touchdown at that time.
Mm-hmm. And how open were you out there?
On that first one, I was a little open. The 2 inside guys in the trip set were kind of in the middle of the end zone on the goal line, so I was in the back of it, and he just threw it up, and I had to come up and get it.
You guys seem like you really could have moved the ball on their defense pretty much, but you got stopped by some turnovers. But did you guys feel comfortable about moving the ball against them?
Yeah, I know. Our offensive line's been playing real well this week in practice. They've been working really hard, so we felt comfortable moving the ball. We just had some silly turnovers we should have held on to.
If you play these guys again, what do you think the outcome will be?
I think we got them. We know what they got. We were really prepared for this game too, but we just gotta work on tackling on defense. We let those 2 good running backs, but we let them get a little free sometimes. So we got them next time.
Well, Charlie, I know you want to say hello to some folks, so I'll let you do that right now.
Yeah, I'll say hello and thank you to my mom, my dad, my grandma Hayes, and my sister. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for stopping.
Total Health Systems Multi-Specialty Clinic is the one-stop shop for all your conservative healthcare needs. Our chiropractic services help to restore normal function of the nervous system, allowing your body to heal itself naturally. Our medical team will not only treat your pain, but also give you the tools necessary to maintain a pain-free lifestyle. Physical therapy can help correct muscle imbalances and faulty posture for a faster and more comprehensive recovery. Massage therapy can release stress and painful muscle tension, improving circulation and joint flexibility. Nutritional services will enhance your health and help prevent disease, enabling you to achieve a full, healthy life. At Total Health Systems, we not only take care of your pain, but provide you with the tools to achieve optimum health and wellness, guaranteed. Call today.
After playing 2 straight years at Chippewa Valley, the Eagles finally get a chance to play a home game against the Big Reds. The Big Reds are the favorites to win the MAC Red Crown, and the Eagles hope to spoil their run. On their opening drive, Ike was forced to punt, and Brandon Brunderks nails this punt, a beauty for 44 yards. Chippewa Valley's all-county running back Doug Roberts goes around the left side for a big gainer deep into Eisenhower territory. That run set up this 20-yard TD scamper by the Big Reds' other star running back, number 20, Troy Taylor. The extra point was good, and Chippewa Valley led 7-0. When the Eagles got the ball back, number 22, Chad Sherry, busts loose for 70 yards to the Big Reds' 14. Number 16, Nick Emery, gets the ball, and he takes it down to the Big Red 3-yard line. Quarterback Dan Chmielewski goes in from the 2. The extra point was good, and Ike ties the score at 7s. Then the Eagles' number 32, Carter Johnson, comes up with a big play. He makes this interception, and Ike is in business at the Chippewa Valley 38. Ike could not take advantage of the turnover, and Chippewa Valley took over. And they get a big play from All-County running back number 23, Greg Roberts again, as he weaves his way for a 54-yard touchdown run. The first quarter would end with the score Chippewa Valley 14, Eisenhower 7. In the second quarter, on third down, Chippewa Valley throws downfield, and the Eagles are flagged for pass interference. A questionable call. That play would keep the Chippewa Valley drive alive and would lead to this touchdown off the Wildcat set by Chippewa Valley's Doug Roberts. The Eagles get the ball back, and Dan Chmielewski hits Nick Ribbing for an Eagle first down. This completion to Shane Petke puts Ike in the red zone at the Big Red's 13-yard line. On the next play, Dan Chmielewski would fumble the exchange from center, and the Big Reds fall on it. Eisenhower's number 34, Jake Corey, intercepts this Big Reds pass, and Ike is back in business. Quarterback Dan Chmielewski extends this play and finds Charlie Hayes in the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. The extra point was good, and the Big Reds lead was cut to 21-14. The first half would end with the score Chippewa Valley 21, Eisenhower 14. First play of the second half was a big one as Chippewa Valley's Sean Bunting returns this kickoff deep into Eisenhower territory. After a Big Red penalty, number 20 Troy Taylor gets good blocking and goes around the left side for a 50-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good, and the Big Reds now led 28-14. The Eisenhower Eagle defense had Chippewa Valley third and long on the Big Reds' next drive, but Brandon Rolfs hits his big tight end, number 17 Kyle Mueller, for a big first down, again back deep in Eisenhower territory. Despite hard-hitting defensive play, the Big Reds catch a break. Literally, it resulted in another Chippewa Valley touchdown. The extra point was good, and the Big Red now led 35-14. The third quarter would end with the score Chippewa Valley 35 and Eisenhower 14. In the fourth quarter, Eisenhower would hold Chippewa Valley on third down and force them to punt. Dan Chmielewski rolls out and finds Charlie Hayes for a 45-yard gain. On 3rd and 5 in Big Red territory, quarterback Dan Chmielewski gets the ball stripped, and the Big Reds recover. Ike's D holds and forces a Big Red punt as Chad Sherry tackles the Big Red quarterback. Dan Chmielewski scrambles and finds number 4 Adam Figlin at the Big Red 31, but the play is called back for an ineligible man downfield. On 2nd and long, Dan Chmielewski picks up a good chunk of yardage here. Then, number 16, Nate Emery gets 17 more yards on the counter. That would lead to this touchdown pass to Charlie Hayes. The extra point was good, and it was Hayes' second touchdown of the game. The score now 35-21 Chippewa Valley. Chippewa Valley would seal the deal with this touchdown run by number 20 Troy Taylor, his third of the game. The final score, Chippewa Valley 42, Eisenhower 21.
Total Health Systems Multi-Specialty Clinic is the one-stop shop for all your conservative healthcare needs. Our chiropractic services help to restore normal function of the nervous system, allowing your body to heal itself naturally. Our medical team will not only treat your pain, but also give you the tools necessary to maintain a pain-free lifestyle. Physical therapy can help correct muscle imbalances and faulty posture for a faster and more comprehensive recovery. Massage therapy can release stress and painful muscle tension, improving circulation and joint flexibility. Nutritional services will enhance your health and help prevent disease, enabling you to achieve a full, healthy life. At Total Health Systems, we not only take care of your pain, but provide you with the tools to achieve optimum health and wellness, guaranteed. Call today.
Tonight's special feature, quarterback Joe Youngblood, the former Eisenhower great, returns to Eisenhower to help coach future Eagles.
I started playing quarterback when I was 10 years old with the Shelby Lions. When I was 9, I played for the Sterling Heights Redskins. Family lived up in Shelby Township, and we didn't have no program out here. So it was my father and a group of friends formed the Shelby Lions. So that's where it started. Became a quarterback when I was 10. And obviously I was at Chrisman Elementary, and I went to Mello Junior High, played quarterback throughout. And I had an older brother, Bob, that was 2 years older than me, and he was a quarterback. So that's kind of how I got into playing quarterback. And once I was in 10th grade, my brother was starting quarterback on the varsity, and I was on the varsity as a backup to him. And it was a great chance for me at that time to get a little bit of varsity action. They had a great team that year, so I was able to get some game action and develop. And I had played for Coach Bob Lancey, who was a phenomenal coach, and also Terry Capacia, who's the best quarterback coach in the state of Michigan. So it was wonderful to play with him, and he tutored me all through my 3 years at Eisenhower. Our senior year at Eisenhower, we had high expectations, and we were ranked in the top 2 or 3 of the state the entire year. We were undefeated and won the MAC Red. We beat Stevenson, which was one of the most gratifying wins of my career, because big battles back then with Stevenson and Eisenhower, still a big game. So that was wonderful. We get into the playoffs and we win the first 2 or 3 games, and that's we're in the state semifinals now, playing down at Westland John Glenn. In our whole dream since 7th grade, we had a whole group of athletes that are all played together, and our goal since 7th grade was to play in the Dome. So here we are in the state semifinals playing Detroit Catholic Central, powerhouse. First play of the game, I throw a little screen pass in the flats, and Mickey Narouche takes it 80 yards for a touchdown. So those are the nice passes that you have, that you throw in the flats, and it looks like an 80-yard touchdown bomb. But Mickey Narouche, to have team success, you have to have great athletes on the whole team, and we did. We were very fortunate. Anyways, it was a hard-fought game. Catholic Central, phenomenal team. We ended up losing 13-12. So it was a very tough loss, and it's funny, to this day, that's my buddies and I, we get together, and that's the only game we talk about. And I think it was because it was so, at the time, just gut-wrenching to lose that, because our dreams are shot. But the good thing about it, if there's anything good that came out of that, it teaches you about life, and that's what sports are about. Everything's not smooth. You come into some difficulties throughout your life, so that's why when you're younger and you learn to deal with those, I think it sets the stage for real life.
Mm-hmm. And with that newfound wisdom of losing with honor, the 1988 Macomb County Player of the Year wanted to move on to the next level and play college football, and he wanted to do that in East Lansing.
When I was being recruited, my goal was to play at Michigan State, and they talked to me and had letters, and I went on recruiting visits and everything, and that's where I wanted to go. But things didn't work out, so I had 4 different MAC offers, and when I visited Central Michigan, it was just the perfect fit for me. It wasn't a huge school. Good-sized school, but it's what I envisioned of a college campus. Also, at the time, we had Coach Herb Duramity, who's a legend. He's in the Coaches Hall of Fame. Herb is one of the classiest guys I've ever met, and what a great experience being up there 5 years playing with Coach Duramity. So I made the right decision going to Central Michigan, had no regrets, and loved every minute of it.
Ironically, Joe might have found his greatest college success against the team he once had a deep desire to play for.
My first year as a junior, we played at the University of Kentucky. Close game, 21-17 we lost. The next game we played at Michigan State. We beat them the previous year. So this year in warm-ups, that game we played, before the game, Michigan State, they were letting us know they're ready for us this year. And but fortunately, the team-wise, we played another great game. And it was just a feeling I'll never forget. I mean, just after the game in the locker room and with family and a packed stadium at Spartan Stadium. After the first quarter, so it was pretty quiet in there, though, so it was easy for our offense to operate. And I had a bunch of friends from Eisenhower that were in the student section at Michigan State, and they told me they were inside pulling for me, so it was nice. But yeah, it was wonderful to beat a team that you really wanted to go and show that school how much that you felt you could have played there. But I have no regrets there also, and I understand Michigan State has certain criteria, and if they're looking for a quarterback that's 6'2", 6'3", 220 pounds, and those quarterbacks are out there. So I have no regrets at all, and they made their right decision, and I made my right decision.
After passing for over 4,700 yards and 35 touchdowns in his college career at Central Michigan, Joe was getting noticed by the pros north of the border.
Well, at the time, I was pretty much set. I thought I had a really good chance to be playing the CFL. I kind of had my mind set on it. Kind of fit my style of play, scrambling around, being able to run, throwing on the run, and also throwing from the pocket. So I did try out for the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Toronto Argonauts. Thought the tryouts went really well, but once again, they'd have 10, 15 different quarterbacks there, and they maybe are looking for one quarterback. So they talked to me and said things went well, and kind of dragged on a little bit, but it didn't work out. I'm glad I had the opportunity to try out.
But as most do who pursue the dream of pro ball, Joe would rely on his degree he earned from playing the game he loved.
And I've been working since, and the first couple of years were very tough not playing football, but eventually you get over it, and it was great times, great memories, and as I mentioned before, I have no regrets.
Today, Joe has the honor of returning to his former high school and coaching for the Eisenhower Eagles, passing along the knowledge he attained from playing quarterback.
Chris Smith had called and asked if I'd help out coaching quarterbacks this year, and I was really excited about it. If there's any place I was going to go back and coach, it's going to be Eisenhower High School. I don't think I could coach any other high school, just from being there and at the first practice getting up there and just all the memories of all my buddies and the great times we had, and now seeing this young group coming up.
And with that new title of quarterback coach, we can officially ask Coach Youngblood his thoughts about this year's offense.
You know, we have a young team, young offensive line, but I tell you what, they're gelling real quick. Chris Layson, the offensive line coach, is doing a great job, and Dave Drath, the offensive coordinator, is also doing a phenomenal job. I see the team each game, we're going to get better and better. We have some great athletes, skill positions. We have phenomenal running back, and we have some depth at running back. So I think we can see, is what I'm looking for, Art, is having a real exciting season. And just like anything else, you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. And I think each week Eisenhower football is going to get better.
Well, folks, as you can see, Joe Youngblood is already answering like a coach. We hope you enjoyed our show. For Coach Chris Smith, I'm Tim Meyer saying we'll see you next time right here on the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review.